Hello class, hope you guys are all doing well today. Today we're going to be focusing on our 1 rep max and how we can use our 1 rep max to calculate different appeals and training styles in the weight room. So to start, what is our 1 rep max? It's a great question. In weight training, the maximum amount of force can be generated in one maximal contraction. That would be our 1 rep max. So why do we do it? 1 repetition maximum can be used for determining an individual's maximum output of force. Now next question is, what can we do with it? So here we have our different training styles here, which includes our muscular strength, our muscular hypertrophy, and our muscular endurance. So this is our example for today with our 1 rep max. So our buddy Patty here has given us his maximum output of 80 kilograms at a squat. Here we're going to show you an example of what a squat looks like. So using our 1 rep max, which we have laid out here, we're going to try and calculate our muscular strength of our 1 rep max, our muscular hypertrophy of our 1 rep max, and our muscular endurance of our 1 rep max. As you can see, we have to choose different percentiles based on the training style we choose.
Alright, so an example of when we would use our muscular strength calculation would be if you want to actually overload your muscles and increase the demand and load on them so they can adapt and increase your 1RM. If you want to use hypertrophy, it would be to actually increase the overall size of your muscles, kind of increase for looks, increase for competition, increase for strength. And then muscular endurance, if you want to increase your stamina, so you can actually go for longer with your set weight or set exercise.
Calculating our 1 rep max, I want to quickly go over how our squat is going to look like. So we have Sam here who's going to give us an example. And we're going to get started. So you see to start, he's got the bar just lying on his shoulders there. We got a little bit of weight on each side. And you can see that his feet are about shoulder width apart, with a slight edge outwards. And we're going to continue on here and see what it looks like. Awesome. Great looking squat. So he comes down, he's keeping a nice neutral spine here, so he's keeping it in a nice straight line. He might be a good technique I've heard is that they'll look 6 feet over this way. And you can also see here that his knees are a little bit past the 90-degree angle, and that's okay. That butt's allowed to get down to the floor as low as they feel comfortable. So it will be different for everyone. You see our foot position has not changed, and that is for the better. In order to create a nice stable movement, we need to make sure from the beginning that our squat and our foot position are all ready to go. Alright, next we're going to try out our 1 rep max and see how we can input that into an equation to decide which training zone we want to use.
So here we have our equation for calculating our target weight for training zones. So here you can see that we have our 1 rep max, which currently would be about 80 kilograms. Here we have our variable. So our variable is going to equal to one of the training zones. So that can either go towards our muscular strength, which would be 90%, our muscular hypertrophy, which would be 75%, and our muscular endurance, which would be 55% of our 1 rep max. So we will take that training zone and divide it by 100 to turn it into a good number. So we need to divide our training zone percentage into a decimal. So we will be dividing it by 100, as you can see here. And as you can see in this equation, we're going to be using some multiplication and we're going to be using some division.
So if we're going to do our example calculation using our 1RM of 80 kilograms, and we want to figure out doing a hypertrophy exercise, that's 75% of our 1RM. So remember, to convert this to a decimal, we got to divide by 100, right? So now 75 divided by 100, you just cross that out, we got 0.75. Now if you want to take a few seconds to take your calculator out and work this out, I'll just wait here, and if you end up getting 60 kilograms, you got the right answer. So let's say our example athlete is lifting 52.25 kilograms for endurance. Now remember that's 55% of our 1 rep maximum. Now, we don't know the 1 rep maximum, but can we figure it out? So we got a couple of variables here. We got our unknown, which is the 1 rep maximum, which we're trying to figure out. Now we know that 55%, since it's endurance, so multiplied by 0.55, gives us the weight that they're currently lifting at 52.25 kilograms. Now, in order to work backwards, we need to divide this number by 0.55. Now remember, whatever we do to one side of the equal sign, we have to do to the other. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide this whole section by 0.55. That way, this crosses out and this crosses out, but we're able to divide this section by 0.55. Now, take a few seconds, calculate your answer. I'll wait here. And now you should have gotten 95 kilograms.